Hi everyone, Hillary and TT here with the latest Chibean Crew vlog. It took a little longer because I wanted to wait till it was closer to Thanksgiving to do this one and release this one. So 2020, the year of staying at home with your dogs, I decided to make a tiny Thanksgiving for the pups this year. So I'll be going over everything that I've done to make their tiny Thanksgiving. This meal by itself is not balanced with all the vitamins and minerals dogs need. Is it okay to skip a meal that, is not balanced once in a while? Yes, it's perfectly fine as long as you are giving them balanced meals every other day. It's kind of like us, sometimes we eat a Taco Bell and sometimes, we make a healthy smoothie salad situation and everything's fine. So, take everything with a grain of salt. If you need to learn more about balancing a homemade meal, there are plenty of dog nutritionists out there. There are a couple that I follow that I really like, and they are focused on home cooking. So the way that I like to look at it, I feed raw and home cooked. If your dog is mostly fed kibble, this is definitely going to be a shock to their system, so I wouldn't recommend feeding them just this for a meal. When you're transitioning to home cooked, you would add probably about 1/6 of the home cooked, and then the rest would be their kibble, and every day you would diminish that kibble down to nothing and it would be all home cooked. You go slow. That's just so they get used to eating food and their stomach acid adjusts from digesting kibble, which is heavy carb based, to digesting home cooked food, which would be more whole fats and proteins and fiber. So something to think about. We don't want anyone going to the hospital with pancreatitis. There's lots of information out there about home cooked and the benefits of fresh food to your dogs. I really enjoy Dr. Judy Morgan, and Dr. Karen Becker is more on the raw side. So if you're on to that, check them out. They're both holistic veterinarians, and they can teach you how to balance food properly. There are also other dog nutritionists out there that can help you balance a home cooked meal. The only thing that I stay away from is legumes and carbs. Dogs don't really need carbs. I give a little bit of barley and quinoa with my dog food usually. You guys probably know from watching my stories. And that's just because quinoa has lots of B vitamins, and Beans needs a little bit of barley in his old age to keep his weight up. So that's why I add those. So let's go into doggy Thanksgiving. Today, the kids are getting a Cornish game hen and some roasted veggies and some mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. Once again, they don't really need those heavy carbs, so we're switching to a high fiber content instead. So mashed cauliflower. We're also doing a cranberry and liver gravy. It smells really good. Just think of it when you're cooking it, you're doing it for them. You're not doing it for you. So just keep going when you start smelling that cooked liver. We're also making them tiny pumpkin pies, which I'm really excited about. I ground up some dog cookies as the crust, and then we mixed up some pumpkin concoction and put it in the oven, and they are so adorable. And we also have a goat milk cranberry cinnamon cocktail. So all in all, it is pretty exciting. I'm going to be adding their vitamins and supplements to the meal. If you don't have all those vitamins and supplements already, you don't need to get them for this. There are some good ones out there that are all in one. So Pet RX is one that I really like. They have a whole vitamin mineral formula that you could just mix on top. So that's something to think about. And if you're interested in learning more about home cooked, I highly suggest checking out Dr. Judy Morgan and Dr. Karen Becker and other dog nutritionists out there that you would trust that don't go heavy on carbs and legumes. So if you see a recipe on Pinterest and it has a lot of beans and rice in it, no, that's not what you want. You want something with different meats. So you're going to have, regular meat that you would eat, and then you would also have organ meats, because organ meats have different nutritional values than, the other meats. So you have to add those together to get a whole balanced meal. So you're going to look for that, something with meats, organ meats, fibers from veggies, and some omega-3s from different sources. And then hopefully they'll talk about either their meal is complete and balanced, and it would say on that recipe, or if it's not, then you can add in your vitamin and mineral supplement. So I'm really excited to show you guys this situation. We made a tiny table. I feel like it might go terribly just because they've already all been walking on it. But, you know, we're gonna do our best. They usually eat separately, so them coming together with a tiny table to eat Thanksgiving is gonna be great. I don't know. So if you're quarantined and you didn't get to go anywhere for Thanksgiving and you're stuck at home with your dog, maybe this video is just what you need to get inspired to make a tiny Thanksgiving for your pups. So let's get started. Thanks for watching the Chibean Crew. Some frozen cranberries. Traditional goat nog, if you will. And that is a goat nog.
TT, you're gonna have such a good day. It's Thanksgiving for dogs. Woo! She's already excited. She's got a goat stash, guys. A goat stash.
So what we're gonna do first is stuff this little dude with some carrots. And then this goes in the oven. We have 3 large ground up dog cookies. This is probably about 2/3 of a cup. And this is 2 teaspoons of melted coconut oil. And this is freshly cooked pumpkin. You can also use canned pumpkin. So I am lining a muffin tin with these things just because it'll be easier to get out. If you've ever made a tart, that's basically what we're doing. So I'm adding the cookies to the coconut oil, just like you were making a pie for yourself. And then you just push it in the bottom. You could also use freeze-dried raw food as a bottom layer if you'd want. These are the Trader Joe's dog cookies. They kind of smell like gingerbread already, so it kind of put me in that mood to make them a pie to begin with. And then this is our pie. So I'm gonna add cinnamon again. I'm also gonna add some honey, 1 egg, membrane is excellent for joints. A little yogurt, big 2 teaspoons of yogurt. I would use 2/3 of a can if you're gonna use canned. And then for the fresh, you saw I used 2 big chunks. Not a very good measure, guys. I'm more kind of like an eyeball situation. This is gonna be about a teaspoon of flaxseed. Flaxseed has nice omegas, and it also will give it a little bit of a nutty flavor, which I think goes well with this. Could the dogs eat this now? Certainly. Are we gonna bake it in our pie tins? Of course. So I'm just gonna bake these until they're set. I think it'll only take 15 minutes. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I could be wrong, but you could also just freeze these if you didn't want to bake them. Okay, next we are making the mashed cauliflower. Potatoes aren't really super great for dogs. They can eat them, yes, but do they need to fill up on carbs and starches? No. So we are gonna make mashed cauliflower for them instead. So I got a pot on the stove. I already had frozen cauliflower. Added a little water. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. You can see I went to Trader Joe's recently. And then that's it. You just let it cook. Magic. The next thing we're gonna make is our cranberry liver gravy. So we have another tiny pot. We're gonna bring some cranberries to a boil. Medium heat. And then here is our liver. This is a pretty good sized container. I'm only gonna use 1/4 of it. Once these cranberries come to the boil, add in the livers. TT's gonna make sure everything's going well. And we'll have some more side dishes. Yeah, the cranberries are breaking down nicely. So now I'm gonna add that liver we were talking about. Yummy. Organ meats are definitely should be a part of your dog's life. Different organ meats do different things. Hearts are full of taurine. Livers have a ton of different minerals, and that's especially important for home cooking. Unless you're going to be adding a vitamin to your food, you want to make sure that it's balanced with all of the appropriate food groups that you need, and there's definitely more information out there from dog nutritionists. Guys, I think 2 of our items are done. The veggies, you don't have to be super cooked. Dogs just lightly cooked or lightly steamed is the best for how they can digest the veggie matter. So those are done. The cauliflower's done. Mashed up. Mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. And our gravy is looking pretty fantastic too. It's just reducing more. Getting those livers cooked with the crayons. It's gonna be great. I'm actually gonna turn that off too because they're both cooked. And then they can sit there and just marry together. Next thing I'm gonna do is add a 1/2 teaspoon of chia seeds to the gravy. Ugh, cranberry and liver is a weird smell, guys. Anyway, chia seeds are also full of omega-3s, and that I love to add them to their food. They're healthy for them. And now that they're in the gravy, they're gonna soak up some of that liquid and get nice and puffy, kind of like a little tapioca ball. Here they are, guys. They're still a little moist, so these will have to store in the fridge. If you would want to keep them going in the oven, you could dry them out completely, so you could just store them outside the fridge, but I'm gonna leave them a little moist, just like a real pie. So there you go. Pumpkin pies for dogs. A Thanksgiving table I have set up for a big feast today. TT has been mostly walking on it, so kind of like that. It's going well so far. It's going well. It's gonna be a real classy Thanksgiving, guys. Here's the finished meal, guys. So we have our goat milk cranberry cinnamon cocktail, our pumpkin pie, our liver and cranberry gravy, our Cornish game hen, mashed cauliflower, and our side of roasted veg. I'm not gonna serve them this like this. I'm not gonna serve them the skin. I'm gonna plate it up for them, and then we'll enjoy it at our tiny table. So let's get ready for that. This is the finished product. Oh, beans! Can't have anything nice. This one's for beans. Libby, TT, yo, oops, run across the table. What kind of manners are these? Thanksgiving! Don't forget your cocktail. Here's your cocktail. I hope you guys are happy with this Thanksgiving. Do you want me to put it in your bowl? Here. That's easier for you. Ooh, that's a whole cranberry you're gonna eat. Ugh. We'll have pie later. We're gonna digest this first. Alright guys, overall, Thanksgiving worked out. Good job. Here you go guys, finished pie. Oop, there it is. Isn't it super cute? So cute. And then look, this is how it baked up. Perfect. So now I'm gonna feed them pie. Someone's already on the table. So this is going well. Off the table. Get off the table. Mind your manners. Oh my god. I guess people eat pie off the table. Well guys, that's a wrap for Dog Thanksgiving 2020. I'm pretty sure everyone feels pretty good about this. So maybe it's a new tradition. So I'll have to figure out a better table situation though. Thanks for watching the Chibean Crew vlog, guys.